Elden Ring PvP post Shadow of the Erdtree, I kind of wanted to focus on the things that came out of the expansion that I liked. Um, a lot of people complain about the PvP post Shadow of the Erdtree, and I'm not going to say that their complaints aren't justified. I get as sick of the spell spam, the bad spawns, the low player count as anybody else. But so with a couple years until another installment that has PvP in it, and every other developer not really being able to replicate it to any decent quality, it's what we got. So the first thing that I like coming out of it is the weapons. Um, Not a huge fan of a lot of the new weapon types that came out. More the additions to the old ones. Fire Knight's Greatsword's probably my favorite weapon that came out of it. Freya's Greatsword's another one. Just, good move sets. They are a bit stronger than the base game counterparts, but base game counterparts still have their place depending on the build. The overpowered stuff like Pata, Bone Bow, they make it easy in invasions to deal with a problem that was very difficult before. So, Bone Bow, it's a giant pain whenever multiple people are spamming it at you. But if you have a group of people that refuse to move from a grace or separate, if you get out the Bone Bow and just start shooting at them, they're going to do something. It might be take out their Bone Bow and shoot at you, but, action's going to happen. Patas are ridiculously long, but they make it very easy to catch light roll. And so a lot of the weapons that are imbalanced are really just in there at this point, in my opinion, to, correct another imbalance. The best design strategy, probably not, but we're playing Elden Ring. It's not a super skill-based game. Skill still matters, but it's not Dark Souls 3. From Software still wanted, a newbie team of 3 to be able to take out a well-seasoned invader. So the armor sets are another thing coming out of the DLC that I like. Latest armor here's really cool to me. It gets decent stats, and it also has passive buffs for your crouching and running attacks, which makes things, there's a place for it on builds. The Solitude armor set's a really high poise armor set that actually looks decent, or, at least it did before every shitter started to wear that. Circlet of Light, the reward from Radahn's boss fight, really light piece of armor that gives you 5 poise and 1 in 3 stats. That's hard to say no to. Fire Knight Helm, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it, simply because of the, it blocks the face, and, fashion souls above all. But, it has its place. Again, not a fan of it essentially being a mini Erdtree's favor. Well, give them a pass for it. It's Elden Ring after all. Another thing I like that has came out is the maps are really fun to invade. The Shadow Keep, the Belarus Settlement, and if you get a halfway decent spawn, Castle Insis are fun to invade in. Ancient Ruins, they're fun whenever you're near them, but I swear every time I invade there, I get the worst spawn. You also are getting, at least since, Night Rain was announced, a good number of people coming back to play the game. Can generally tell who it is because they'll have terrible net. But it is what it is. Elden Ring isn't exactly a skill game. It's pretty much just, spam with pretty colors. So here, this is kind of similar to the subterranean shunning grounds, and that, you know, it's a small enclosed area. But the jails overall are fun. There's a lot of ledges you can knock people off of, a lot of different routes you can take to trap people. You have to be mindful of those, that way you don't get trapped yourself, but all in the name of the game. So here's a fun Shadowkeep invasion. I don't use the terrain too much in this, but you do get really good PvE support out of Shadow of the Erdtree too, especially if they haven't leveled their Scooby-Doo fragments or whatever they're called. So, getting a little bit of spell spam. Nothing too bad. Elden Ring's a broken game. You get a lot of minor support too, like out of the Shadow Skeet skeletons. Will occasionally come in kind of useful, closer to, you know, inside, where they can use fire coils and heal from afar on you. This guy was just waiting until I could use Endure and take that backstab. Follow up with the Unendurable Frenzy. Got so close to finishing him off there. Luckily, he decided he just wanted to attack instead of heal, which is a choice. Next up here, we got the host. Throw on something with higher poise. And go at him. I do dislike how most of the time the people just want to, you know, spam random spells at you. But this is the game we got for the next few years, so, you know, might as well play it. But, yeah, what do you guys think about Shadow of the Erdtree? I know a lot of people are really negative on it. I personally think I enjoy the game a little bit more. We've got one patch left maybe after this, so anything you guys really think absolutely needs to be fixed in it, or, you know, is the game good as is? Tell me what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.